Habitat versus niche. Both are different, somewhat related terms and have a very deep impact on the ecosystem. These terms are used to point the association between the environment and the organism living in. It describes the relation considering the agents biotic and abiotic. Habitat is a collection of environmental places that are suitable/adaptable by the organisms residing in them. A habitat is a kind of organism interaction with various other constituents that are either non-livings or livings. Niche can be defined as a character played by organisms regarding living in that environment together with the food and shelter. A niche points out the logic of organism linkage with the biological and physical environment. Habitat versus niche FAQ. Is habitat a physical place? Is niche a physical place? What is habitat isolation? Compare and contrast niche and habitat. Before going further into detail of niche versus habitat, have a look at the term ecology. What is ecology? What is ecology? Includes the linkage between living beings and the environment they are living in. It looks to comprehend the essential associations among plants and creatures and their general surroundings. Ecology additionally gives data about the advantages of biological systems and how the organism utilize Earth's assets in manners that leave the Earth sound for people in the future. The numerous strengths inside biology, for example, marine, vegetation, and factual nature, furnish us with data to all the more likely comprehend our general surroundings. This data likewise can assist us with improving our condition, deal with our normal assets, and ensure organism well-being. Habitat definition. A habitat is a region or place, or sectioned area of the earth at large, where species of that land eat, sleep, grows, thrives, or in short interact and carry out their all-life activities as usual. It is a part that is considered the real ecosystem place. Habitat is the most suitable condition for organisms to deliver the ideal room for species with the factors like adaptation, nutrition, growth, flourishment, and reproduction. We can say that habitat is a room for organisms that provides all types of necessities to survive. The environment in which different organisms from different species show their style of living. Habitat example: a lion living in the Amazon forest doing all the activities that are suitable for its survival, like hunting for food, mating to carry the generation, and all such. All this is a best example of a habitat. Types of habitat. There are 5 major types of habitat that exist are: deciduous forest, hot desert, tundra, coniferous forest, savanna. Niche definition. Niche was very first explained by the Joseph Grinnell in about 1971. Accordingly, niche is a subunit or distributional unit that species each organism species. Niche can also be defined as the species appearance within the environment. For example, how the species get all the needy stuff like food and shelter to maintain its presence in the ecosystem. Examples of bird niche. Niche is the organism role that it performs living in the ecosystem. It is described on the basis of the organism's reproduction, diet, and the impact of activities that it performs in the environment. For instance, birds feed on fruits solely, other on insects only, while the rest on anything else they find. Like some domestic birds, all the 3 bird types mentioned are able to live in the same environment facing all the same external circumstances, which is a habitat. But all these 3 bird categories possess a different lifestyle that is a niche. Sure, we also can say that these 3 have the distinct niche types. So the niche is a quite important thing for the species survival or maintenance in the place of an ecosystem. Most often the niche is idiosyncratic for the species living in the ecosystem. Species niche is a variant within the habitat because of the distinct environmental states. Types of niche. There are 3 general niche types in biology that are named as multidimensional or hypervolume niche, spatial or habitat niche, trophic. Key difference between habitat and niche. Habitat is a sectioned area at huge where distant species live and carry all their survival activities, while a niche is defined as how just a specific species interact with the habitat for the better survival of it. Habitat includes the impact of all the abiotic factors, for instance, rainfall, temperature, etc., while niche includes the energy flow at the trophic level. Habitat is a giant that possesses certain niches within it, while a niche is just a very tiny part of the habitat. A habitat possesses a bigger number of different species living differently, while a niche only possesses a single species, for example Amazon lions. A habitat has a physical presence, while a niche is kind ideology that reflects the behavioral activities picking a single animal species. How habitat and niche are correlated. Have you at any point imagined why a desert biological system has less number and assorted variety of species than a woods or sea environments? At the point when an environment can bolster an assortment of territories, it is probably going to have the option to deliver more specialties and more open doors for life forms to fit into. Deserts have a similar territory over a wide scope of zone. The natural components of high sun-powered isolation, water shortage and dry breezes are available all through. Backwoods and seas, inside their huge spatial degree, have a wide range of natural elements. This gives life a more noteworthy selection of living spaces and specialties. Note that natural surroundings can exist without specialties. Natural surroundings is the aggregate of all conditions for a life form to live in. Possible living space. A living space is just involved, acknowledged natural surroundings, when a biological system creates and specialties are incorporated into it. This is called natural surroundings separation and is profoundly interconnected with the nearness of a flourishing biological system. It is conceivable that two life forms can have a similar specialty, same job, in a biological system, if they live in various environments. For instance, deer and bunnies both assume the job of herbivores. However, you discover deer in the woody territories of a backwoods while hares are found in the open regions. What is ecological niche? Ecological niche shows the utilitarian job of a life form in an environment regarding different life forms encompassing it. Ecological niche depicts a creature's relationship with different species, regardless of whether it is advantageous, unfriendly or unbiased, in that biological system. There is no understanding of scale, as this is certifiably not a spatial boundary. A worm could have its natural surroundings depicted as the dirt, little scope, or agrarian land, enormous scope. However, its job in both continues as before, which is to break down dead material, specialty. By explicitly adjusting to a specific arrangement of ecological abiotic conditions, life forms increment their capacity of acquiring a lasting location and guaranteeing a living space for themselves in the biological system. Additionally, life forms, by method of connection with different creatures, adjust to a specific procedure in the environment, in the natural way of life and supplement cycling process, picking up the capacity of having an occupation and building up themselves for all time. Conclusion. Ultimately, we can say that there are numerous meanings of niche, characterized by various scientists, yet the fundamental thought of specialty lies between the association of various environmental elements and creature in the biological system. Then again, living space is the indigenous habitat occupied by any life forms, whether a plant or a creature or some other microorganisms. As both the terms are firmly related, subsequently it is imperative to comprehend them absolutely and mark the distinction. Habitat versus niche FAQ. Is habitat a physical place? Yes. Habitat is a physical place and a sectioned ecosystem reserved by many organism types. Is niche a physical place? No, it is a type of ideology. It do not have any physical presence as habitat. What is a tiger's habitat? A tiger has diversified habitat as Amazon, rainforest, savanna, mangrove swamps, and grassland, etc. What is the habitat for starfish? An ocean is the habitat for starfish. They are often found on seagrass, seashores, tidal pools, coral reefs, and kelp beds. What is habitat destruction? Habitat destruction is a term used for the process that includes a habitat that is not capable of retaining the different species residing in it, so the ultimate result is the loss or death of species in it. What is habitat isolation? Habitat isolation is type of condition in which there is hindrances to proliferation that outcome from living being control of particular microenvironments in what in any case is a similar area. What is an example habitat isolation? For instance, if two populaces of flies exist in the equivalent topographical zone, however one gathering lives in the dirt and another lives on the outside of the water, individuals from the two populaces are probably not going to meet and recreate. What is a stem cell niche? Stem cell niche is a type of micro-niche environment that includes the specified cell surroundings that have interaction with the cell for the regulation